Crosby Lane was almost begun by an accident. We got together and we just started singing some of the great old hymn classics, and we put our own little twist on them, and then thought, wow, we should go out and do these songs. They're such great songs, and a lot of churches are not doing the hymns like they used to do, or some churches that are not doing them at all. And what we found over the last 2 years of traveling around the country, and we have been everywhere from coast to coast, north, south, east, west, people love the hymns. People that grew up with the hymns, there's a sense of nostalgia, the great theology and the great poetry of the hymns. But then the folks that don't know the hymns as well really love them when they hear the stories behind them, because it really hits hard, I think, in their own personal lives. What are some of y'all's favorite things about traveling and talking? For mine, I would say that hearing people's reactions when you tell the story of William McKay, and you actually hear people at times, gasp.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things y'all are seeing when we're out on the road?
Well, I enjoy, I know what the hymns did for me as a younger person growing up, and I love seeing the excitement that the young kids have when we're performing these songs, and coming up to us afterwards saying, man, I used to think that song was so boring, but you know, I love the way you guys do it. And just the fact that just a little bit of changing it is bringing it back for the younger generation, and you know, making them take a second listen to these wonderful songs and the words of these songs and what these words mean. And so for me, it's just seeing these young kids get excited about these old hymns.
I agree. Michaela, you made mention one time about how you listen to the words differently after you hear the story.
Yeah, that would be my favorite part, actually, because those that actually grew up with these hymns, they don't know the stories behind them, and so they actually hear these songs with with this whole new perspective and listening with different ears, and it's just really interesting to see, because you know, it is well with my soul.
Yeah.
You know, everyone loves that song and everyone can relate, but then when you hear the story behind that, you know, it's like, wow, you know.
Kind of takes it to a new level at that point.
And I love when because people have this perception of these songwriters and how wonderful their lives were, and they're just like, they're just like me.
Regular folks.
Yeah, struggling to get by, and so.
A lot of folks, you know, you think of Annie Hawkins' story and how, you know, God gave her a song. She wasn't really a songwriter, and then her husband would pass away, and that song became I Need Thee Every Hour, and she felt like it was a gift from God. And I think that's a story we see time after time. A lot of these folks struggle. They work day jobs, and this was an expression of their faith. So we love taking a piece of that faith, which is just like our faith, and moving forward through Crosby Lane.
This is my story.